Guys, welcome to the part 2 of this project. So in this project we'll be designing this dashboard. So we have worked on the first part, so make sure you go and watch the part 1 of the video. So in this second part we'll continue from where we stopped. Then we'll go ahead and design this dashboard. All right, you can see how dynamic the dashboard is right there. Okay, so this is what we'll design. So first watch the first part of the video so that you can follow along, and so that you can also download the dataset and practice alongside with me. All right guys, let's get to it. All right guys, so to fix this error now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to delete this column that you already added. Right, just follow in case you encounter this error, just follow these steps, okay? Because I don't really know what caused it, but I'll just go ahead and correct it. Okay, move this, and then I'll just go ahead and remove everything from here, and then write the code all over again. All right, now if you see what we have here, I'm writing the code for the calendar table all over again, and then what I'm doing here is basically, the name, and then I define a variable. What this code is doing is to make sure that this calendar also is actually picking the dates from the other table, okay? And then I added columns, the year, the day, the month number. Instead of adding it manually, I've used codes to enter them, okay? So that is it. And as you can see here now, you can see that we have the years, the month, the week, date, like that. All right, so let's go ahead and continue with our dashboard design. Okay, let's make sure that this is okay also right. All right, good. So we can go ahead and continue with what we're doing here. So we already have our cart here. Okay, we have the cart here, so I'll go ahead and add a map. I want to add a map for the sales by state. Okay, so like I said, this is just a simple one-page dashboard. Okay, that is showing us information about the sales. All right, so I'm just going here. I'm going to come here and select a map. Okay, I'll select this, and then I'm going to add data. The location, I'll just go ahead and use the customer's country, state. Okay, now but before I do that, I'm going to come here to the customer data, and then for these columns, the state, I'm going to categorize them to for the state. Now I just select state. Okay, then for the region, I'll also go ahead and categorize it to be region. Do we have region here? I don't think so. Okay, I'll just use probably place. Okay, and then for the country, okay, I'll also go ahead and select country. This is country right over here. Okay, and then I can now go ahead and bring in the state, okay, into, so here we can go ahead and bring in the location to be the state, the customer data state. Okay, then let's see what we have, and then now you can see that this was just a map of US. It's a map of US. Okay, so you can go ahead now, okay, and also bring in the values. the bubble size. Okay, so this should be determined by the sales. Okay, by the sales. So you can see that we have the sales are bigger in places like in states like California, states like New York. All right, so that's the sales by state. Let me see if I can. Let's go ahead and format this map. More options. The bubble size, we can increase it. Let's see. Okay, I think this is all right. And then for the colors, I'm just going to use gradient color. Okay, then for the highest value, I'm going to, let's see, coming into more colors, and then I'm going to enter the color code from the colors we have been using. And then the color I'm going to use is, let me put in the code here, 43. Okay, 43 2 C 78. Okay, now just make sure that it flows with what we have here. Okay, then let's try to see, can take out the background of the map. Okay, and maybe you can format it in your own way. You can just use your style. Let's see if you can use, don't use it dark, maybe something like grayscale. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like this. All right, I'm going to leave it like this. Now what I want to show you guys is something very important. All right, the next visuals that we're going to create now, they are very important, and I want you guys to pay very close attention. All right, now I want to have a chart. Okay, the chart for, I'm going to add visual. I'm going to use this line chart. I want to visualize the sales for each month, so I'm going to come here at data. Okay, sales. All right, I want to convert this to line chart. Then now you see that on the y-axis, now on the x-axis, I want to add the month from the calendar table. The month. Okay, the month. Now looking at this, right, you will see that this is not well arranged. So I'm going to go back to our table form and then try to the month here, guys, and sort column by the month number. Okay, and also this weekday, sort it by, just like we did before, by the weekday number. What did I use for this? Okay, I'll sort it by day. And then for the quarter, so you can't sort the weekly. Okay, let me see. Oh, sorry, this, I'm going to sort this by the quarter number. Is that quarter number here? I don't think we have it yet. We have the year, the day, the month number, the month, weekday. Okay, let me see if these weekday are been sorted. Let me just add a visual to check that. This is the table, add data in the calendar, weekday. Nope, it's not sorted. All right, so we're going to work on that. So to work on that now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change. Okay, I'm going to just add a new column. Okay, so I just call this sorry, so new column. So I just call this weekday num, like we did it before. So weekday num. So I'm gonna call this, I just use the day function. Okay, and then passing the calendar date. Okay, the calendar table date. Okay, Alright, no, this is not what I want to use. Should be weekday. Then I want to use 1. Okay, for this means Sunday. Okay, for this one now, if we go ahead and use 1, okay, it simply means that, so if I use 1 now, it means Sunday will be 1, up to Saturday will be 7. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and use 1. Alright, and then I can now sort this. Come on, sorry about this. I cannot go ahead and sort this by the weekday number. Alright, now for the month, I think we already sorted the month. Okay, sort by month number, yes. Then I think that is all. Now, so we can come back here now and edit what we have here. So I'm just going to come here, remove the month and bring it back. Okay, add data, calendar, then bring it back to the month. Now you can see what we have here, right? So, but we're not done. Okay, I'm just going to try to make sure that this fits in here. Okay, now I have a little bit of space down here. Now just right here, I'm just gonna leave it like this. Okay, now I'm going to format this properly. Okay, go to format, more options. So I'm going to take away the title of this y-axis, of this x-axis. I think anybody can see that this is month, but about this, I'll make it dark, kind of increase them a little bit. Then do the same thing for the y-axis. On the title, make it look bold. Okay, maybe by the values, maybe we can use thousands. Let's see, thousands is better, right, as you can see. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove the background of this. Okay, now you can see what we have. And then for this line, I'm going to change the color to more colors, then use sorry, I thought I copied. So I'm just going to use the color code again, which is 432 C7A. okay, that is it. Then maybe we can just add some markers like that. Not bad. Now this is the sales by month. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this. Now that was sales by month. I'm going to edit this to sales sales by year. Now sales by year, so just change it and remove changes to year. Okay, as you can see, this is sales by year. Okay, and then just don't worry about the arrangement for now. I'm going to show you what we're trying to achieve. And next, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, I'm also going to add sales by quarters. So just come here, change this to quarters. Okay, quarters. Okay, that's what we have there. Okay, however, for this quarter, I'm going to use something else. I'm going to use another kind of chart. Yes, maybe I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a column chart. Okay, for the columns, I'm going to use this like we did. I'm going to use gradient. I should have copied. I think I'm just going to copy this color code next time. So *432C7A, copy it. Okay, then I have that. All right, so now I'm going to just turn off this legend. Okay, turn off the legend. I hope you can see it. Let me bring it here, and then I'm going to turn up the y-axis and turn on the data labels. All right, so on the data labels, let's try to make the values a little bit darker and bold. Right, not bad, not bad. Right, not bad. So this sales for the quarters. So I'm going to convert the chart for the year to into a column chart. All right, so I'm just going to copy the formatting from here and give it to this. Sorry, give it to this. Okay, this is too light anyways, but let me just see how I can find a way around this. Okay, I think okay, because clear this slicing. All right, now this is the chart, okay, for sales by quarters. This one here is the chart for the sales by quarter. I don't know why I'm having percentages here, so let's try to correct this. Okay, let's try to correct this and see what is going on. Sales by year. Oh, I think I picked the wrong chart. I picked the 100% column chart. Okay, that was why. So let me just go ahead and select this. All right, so you can see what we have now. Okay, however, format it, more options. I'm going to come into these columns. I don't like what I'm seeing here. Okay, for the highest value, that's it. Okay, I'm just trying to move it. Okay, then I'm going to come here and see. Oh, no, count of the year. No, it should be sum of sales. Should be by sales. Okay, and then when I come here now, the highest, I already have the color code, so I'm just going to paste it. Okay, now you can see what I have here. Okay, so I have two charts now. One here is here. I have three, sales by month, sales by year, and sales by quarter. Lastly, now we need to also add the sales by the weekdays. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to duplicate one of these. All right, so just follow my steps. Okay, and then I'll change it to weekday. All right, not bad. And then that's it. Next thing I'm going to do now is just try to let me try to come here to view and just see the whole page. Now right here you can see that we have four visuals. All right, sales by weekday, sales by month, all right, sales by. So this is what I'm going to do. I'll try to group them together. Just follow my step. Okay, I have this. Hold my control key to select this, to select this, to select this. All right, so formats, align. Okay, let's first try to group them. Let's just try and see how it goes. Align middle, no. Align center, no. Okay, so I'm trying to put them on top of each other. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do that. All right, so let's first of all try to ungroup them. See that I have one here. I'm going to have to ungroup them. So format, group, ungroup them. Okay, see what I have here. Right, I have one here. Okay, I have one here. Okay, I have one here. I have one here. So I'm just going to try it again. Pick this. Okay, format, align middle. Come on, I want you guys on top of each other. Okay, I'll just try it again then. So I already have the one for sales by month there. Okay, and this one I want to skip these processes, but so that you guys can also see it, just in case you are trying it on your hand. All right, just you know that you are not alone. Okay, at times you experience this kind of things, and then you just have to do them. You can see I have sales by weekday, sales. Okay, then I also have this right over here. Okay, so select them all, select with your control key, select them all. I'm not slicing, come on. Okay, format, align, center, line, middle. Nice. So this is exactly what I'm trying to do. So you can see that now, and then I'm going to group them together. All right, so you can see that they're not together. All right, so I can go ahead and bring them here. Now don't worry about the arrangement of all of that, so just make sure that you have them together like this. Now what we are going to do now is going to be very, very interesting, so make sure you pay very close attention. All right, now from what we have here, if you come here to view, okay, and you turn on this selection, I'll turn this selection on. Okay, I'll also, all right, now if you look at what we have here, right, you can see the sales by state is here. We have some cards, all these cards are also showing here, and some text box. Now you will see that because I'm currently on this, you are seeing group 1 here. Now under group 1 we have different 4 different charts. All right, so if I turn this off now, all right, and turn this off and turn this off, that means only the sales by month is showing. If I turn this off, okay, this means that was none of them is showing. Okay, if I turn this on, sales by weekday is showing. Now we need to add what I call in-page navigations, such a way that okay, if you see, in such a way that each of these, right, when you click on a button for the weekday, then the chart for the weekday will appear. When you click on the button for the year, the chart for the year will appear. Now I'm seeing something wrong here, so let's quickly correct that. All right, so let me see. You can see from here in the formatting, from formatting, I come to more options here, the columns. Okay, let me just remove this. Okay, this should not be by count of total, it should be by sales. Okay, the color should be regulated based on sales. Okay, I see what we have now, and then let me just make sure that the others are all right. So turn this off now. I'm going to turn this on. This is all right. Turn this off and turn this on. This is also all right. Good. Now how do we do this? And that's what I want to show you guys. So I'm just going to show you guys how to add these buttons. So I want you guys to pay very, very close attention. It's a little bit complicated, but it is actually very, very interesting. So make sure you pay attention and see how we are going to kill this. All right, let's go. All right, so what we do now is we go over here to insert. All right, you come to buttons right over here, then see this blank button. Okay, so I'm going to drag it here, somewhere here. All right, just follow my steps. All right, now okay, you pick a blank one now, and then we are going to format this button to look like what we want to use. Okay, so I'm going to view now and turn on this format, which is okay, it's actually on. So I'm going to come here to the button style. Okay, so and then I'm going to make it a round, maybe something like 12. Consider it's round. okay, which is round. And you see now we also need to add a fill. Okay, by the fill now I mean the color that this button should have whenever it's active, and then the color it should have when it is not active. Okay, so to do that now we're going to come here to the button style. Okay, you see button style here, you see now, you see that apply settings to default or on hover. So you make sure that this is on default. Okay, and then on default we want the all right, on default mode. Okay, on default mode we want it to have a fill. Okay, exactly, it wasn't turned on, so make sure that you turn it on. Select that. Now on default mode we want it to be something like this, having this fill. However, I'm going to take up the border. So to do that, just scroll down here and turn on the border. Now you can see what we have. So on default mode the button will look like this. All right, so now as you can see, now I already moved it down here because this is where I want them to be. However, if you look at what I have here, I want to add the text inside of it. Okay, so that if you look at this button, you will know that this button is the button that is meant for the month. Now don't forget that we have about 4 charts right here for the year, month, quarter, and for the weekdays. Okay, so for this I'm going to add a text. Okay, you click on it, come here to the button style, come here to text, and turn it on. So now make sure that this is on default. That means on default, what do you want the text to be? So I'm going to add months. Okay, now maybe change the font style to this. Okay, and then on hover, when the end user of this dashboard hovers on this button, how do you want the button to to react, okay, or to appear? So I'm going to come here and select on hover, and then I'm going to increase the still month, but I'm going to increase the font size. Now you see that when I come here you can see what you have here. All right, so it's because we have increased the fonts. Okay, so when the user hovers on this is what you have. All right, so let's continue. Now I'm going to copy and paste this. Okay, I'm going to copy and paste it. Proceed, Ctrl V. All right, now this is how the button will look like when it's not active. This is how the button should look like when it's active. Okay, so I'm going to come on this. I'm coming to the button style. When it's active, I want the fill to be different, and then the color should be this color that we have been using. Okay, you can see that when, okay, sorry, this should not be on over. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to Ctrl C, Ctrl V. It should be the default state. Okay, we forgot to change that. You see that it was on hover, so it should be on default. Okay, default, the fill should be the color. I'm going to use this color. All right, so you can see that now. So if the button is active, it's going to have this color. If it is not active, it's going to have this color. Okay, so we're going to do the same things for the year, quarter, and the weekday. All right, so let's do that, guys. I'm going to copy this, put this. Okay, so you have here. Okay, now for this, it's going to be default text. Now it's going to be year. Okay, okay, so this one here is for the month, for the, okay, I want the year to come first, so I'm just gonna this one here, bring this on here. Okay, bring this on here, bring this on here. Okay, and I'm also going to paste again, copy, paste again, Control C. So now this is going to be for quarters, for the quarters. Quarter. Okay, quarter, and then month, and lastly for this is going to be for weekday. Yeah, for weekday. See that? For the weekday, and this weekday. All right, you see what you have now. All right, now what next, guys? Just make sure that you are following my step by step. Okay, now from this selection here, you can always see what you are selecting. You can see all the buttons that we have here, right? And for this, when you click on this is the button here, so you can see that. So this is here, so I'm going to rename this, okay, to, I'll call it inactive year. Okay, for this is active here, this is the active year. Okay, this is the active year. Okay, for this is active quarter, right? The active quarter, sorry, QTR. There you go. And then for this is the inactive quarter. Okay, inactive quarter. All right, and then for this one, it's going to be for month, the inactive month, inactive month. No, sorry, that's active month, not inactive. Let's do this. I'm going to do that to save my time. Okay, active month. This right here is the inactive month. All right, then this is the active weekday. So active weekday. All right, this one here is the inactive weekday. All right, so you can see that I've renamed all of them, right? So you can always know which one you are clicking on. All right, okay, now so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to group them. How do I do that now? I'm going to click on this, hold my control key, and also click on this. Now you can see that these two buttons are selected. All right, now what I'll do now is I'll group them. Just right click and group. Okay, now you see group 2. Okay, then I'll rename this to what and call this the year buttons. Okay, that's the year buttons. I'll do the same thing for this. All right, but before I do that, if you look at what we have here, right? If you look at what you have here, if you turn this off, no, sorry, if I drop this down, and I turn this off, you can see that that is no more there. If you turn this on, that is no more there. All right, so they are grouped now. All right, so now that we have them grouped, you can see that they are grouped. Right, so let's try to have them together just like we grouped this chart. All right, so format, align, center, then align, middle. All right, not so well yet. You have like just do them again. Format, align, middle, Come on, align middle, align middle. Okay, not yet. Format, align middle. All right, so now you can see that we have them together, and that is exactly what I want to do. Okay, so you can also try to do what you have done for these buttons too. You can also attempt it. All right, let's go ahead and do it together. Okay. All right, so let's do the same thing for the quarters. You can see you have the active quarter. Hold your control key, then I'm going to come into format, align them, and so first of all group them. Okay, so they are grouped now. Now once they are grouped now, the next thing we do is to give them a name. So this is the quarter buttons. Okay, quarter buttons. All right, then quarter buttons. Now you see that under them we have the active and the inactive that was selected right now. So the next thing we should try to do now is come here to format. All right, then align center, align middle. Where is it? Come on. Let's see. So format, align middle, go align center. Oh, so at times I don't know, at times it's just somehow, so I'm just going to try it again. Okay, until we have it like this. Okay, all right, good. You can see that now. Done. All right, so I've done that. So just try to properly align them. Consider they're now together. All right, so let's go ahead and do the same thing now for the go ahead and do the same thing for the months now. So for the months, select them, two of them. You can see we have the active months, so we are going to group them. Group. Okay, now give the group a name, which is the month buttons. Okay, that the month buttons. So the next thing is to format them, align middle. Okay, align center, align middle. Come on, align center. Let me see. Come right. Okay, come right over here. All right, so I'm going to format, align middle, align center, again align center, align middle, good, align center, last time align center, good. You see what I have here, so I can go ahead and also drag it, bring it right over here. Okay, so lastly now we do that for the weekdays too. Select them both, come here to group them first. So format, group, give the group a name, come here to selection and give the group a name. This is the week, this the weekday buttons. Okay, weekday buttons. All right, so next night is to go ahead and align them, align center, align middle. All right, so this is what I'm just going to do. All right, let's see what I have here. Then I'll go ahead and select down to, then try to format, align middle, align center. Let's see what I have. And go ahead and drag this. Okay, all right, so you see, you can see this. Okay, I'm just going to select this and come here to format and align, distribute them horizontally. All right, good. This group that is kind of aligning, format, align center, right? All right, good. So everything is looking very good now, and I think for this font, I think this black is not really coming out, so you can try to convert it to white. Okay, you can make the color white, at least just make it pop out. But I'm just going to leave it like this. I hope you get the point. So what I'm going to do now is to make sure that when we click on this button, right, the year button should become active, and then the sales by year should appear, and then this other one should become inactive. When you click on this button, the sales by quarter should appear, and the other button should become inactive. Okay, that is what we are going to do next. So make sure you pay close attention, okay, so that you can get what we are trying to do here. So let's get straight into it. Okay, now if you look at this chart here, what we have right here, you can always, I showed you guys that you can always turn off and turn on the one you want to see from here. If you don't want to see the one for quarter, you can always turn on the one for year. All right, now if you look at this, currently now the chart that is turned on, right, is the weekday chart. Okay, that means that the button that should be active right now should be the weekday button. All right, but right now all the buttons are active. So what we are going to do now is we are going to turn off all of these buttons. We turn off all the active ones. How do you do that? You already have the groups. Okay, so so we turn off all of these other buttons. All right, so how do you do that? You simply come here to the month, turn off the active one. Okay, close it. Come into the quarter, turn off the active quarter, close it. To the year, turn off the active year and close it. Okay, I think picked the wrong one. Turn off the active year and close it. Okay, now because right now the chart we are seeing here is what? The chart we are seeing here is the sales for the weekday. All right, which is this one. Where is it? Sales by weekday. This is the chart that is currently open here. So you hold your control key and come and select this group. All right, the weekday button group is what you should select, not this. But right now, because the chart is active, you turn off this. Okay, do you get that? So you turn this off, and then what you do next is you come into this view, okay, and turn on this bookmarks. Okay, I'm going to come back here to selection. Right now our selection is this and this. Okay, now I selected the group, not this itself, but I make sure that I turn off the inactive one, because right now the chart is active. So I turn off the inactive button, I turn this off. Okay, make sure you follow my steps. So what you do now is that you come here to this bookmark, you click on it. Once you click on it, you click on add. Okay, right now our selection is the active weekday. Okay, so the sales by weekday is what is active now. So I'll call this active weekday sales. Okay, click enter, click on this button, turn this off, click on it, and click on update. Okay, now the next thing now is to go back to your selection. All right, right now we don't want the chart to be active, so you turn this off. Okay, but you see, make sure that it's selected. Okay, but it is turned off now. That means this should be on and this should be off. Okay, because right now it means the weekday button is not active. That is why the sales by weekday is not showing. So you can see that this is one that is active now, this is, and the chart itself has been turned off. Okay, we have turned it off. So we go ahead again and add another bookmark. Add, call this inactive weekday sales. So don't forget, turn this off, update. Okay, now I'm going to leave this as it is now, inactive. Then when you come back to my selection, we are done for the one for the weekdays now. Now let's go ahead and do for the month. Right, so for the month, same process. Right now I'm going to turn on now the chart for the month. You can see that the chart for the month is the one that is showing now, so I'm not using this again. I'll take this off. So sales by month selected, hold my control key and select it. Now I'm going to come to the month buttons. All right, drop down. Now I want the active one to be showing, because so the inactive one will not be showing because the chart is showing now. Okay, the chart is turned on, so the active button should be the one that is also turned on here. Okay, and then what am I going to do? Make sure that I select these two groups. This, okay, you can see that the chart is on. The month button, the active is the one that the active button is one that is turned on. The inactive has been turned off. So I'm going to add a bookmark. Add. Call this active month sales. Okay, come here, turn this off, update. Okay, come back to my selection. I'm going to hold my control key still, turn this off, and because the chart is turned off now, this means that this should not be on. This is what should be on. Okay, now I'm going to come here again, add inactive month sales. Okay, I'm going to leave this. Come here and do for quarter. I click on it, selection, come back to selection. So I'm done with this. So I'm going to select the sales by quarter. Right now it's sales, so I'll turn it on. Okay, then I'll come into the quarter buttons, select it, holding your control key. All right, now this drop down, I want the active button to be on, because right now the chart is active, so this should be off. The active button should be on. Okay, I'm going to come here, add a new bookmark, add. Okay, double click, active sales quarter. Okay, QTR, come back to my selection. Now the chart is turned off. This means that the button that should be on now is this one. I've turned this off. Okay, so I'll go ahead and add another bookmark, add. So this should be active, inactive, inactive. Now I forgot something. I forgot to do the data and update that we did here, so I'm going to delete this and do it again. Delete. All right, I'm going to come back to a selection. So for the quarter now, I'm going to turn on the chart. Okay, so since it's turned on now, put my control key to select it, come here to, that means the active button should be on, it should be off. Okay, I will select it up, come here to add a bookmark, add. Okay, double click on this. This is going to be the active sales quarters QTR. Okay, and update. Nice. I'm going to delete what is there. Okay, now come back to my selection. Now I'm going to turn this off. Okay, but it's still selected. Now under the quarter buttons, now this should be off, this should be on. All right, so I'm going to add a new bookmark, add. Double click, inactive sales quarter. All right, come here, update. Now lastly, we'll go for the year. All right, so I'm going to select this. So sales by year, turn this on. Okay, hold my control to select it, come to the year buttons now. And because the chart is active, I'm going to turn on the active button. See what I have there. So I'm going to add. So active sales here. Come over here. Remove this. Update. come back to my selection, here, turn this off. Okay, while with my control, come here, and right now it should be up and this should be on now because this chart is not showing. So add, this is going to be inactive sales here. So I'm going to update. Good. Now let's test what we have done. You see that if I click on this active sales here, this button becomes active and then the sales bar here will appear. If I click on this active sales quarter, this quarter button becomes active and then sales by quarter appears. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And that is exactly what we want. Now what we are going to do next is to give these actions. So double click on this. Once you double click on that, you come here to the action, turn it on, come here, bookmark, and then bookmark that should have saved is active here. All right, active sales for the year, active sales for the year. Good. Come here for this, turn on the action. So I'm giving this a bookmark, and then bookmark is active sales quarter, active sales for the quarter. Same thing, I click on this month, give it action, bookmark, active sales month, active sales month, active month sales. Okay, so click on this action, bookmark. Okay, active sales, active weekday sales. Okay, now if I hold my control key and click on this should change to sales by year. Hold my control key and click sales by quarter, sales by month, sales by weekday. Okay, hold my control key and click. Okay, I think this action is not working yet. Action, bookmark, active weekday sales. Okay, I click on this. Now you can see that very interesting. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do now is to go ahead and add our sliders. All right, so let's add sliders to the dashboard, and before then I want to quickly add some measures here. So to add new measure, so I'm going to call this first date. So the first date in my transaction, so I'm going to call it the first date function and provide the order date here. So close bracket, enter. I'm going to use short date format for it. Short date. Now I'm going to add a new measure again. Come here, new measure. All right, this I'm going to call this the last date. I'm going to use the last date function. I'm going to use order date. Yeah, I'm going to use short date for it too. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a new visual, add visual. It's going to be a card. Add the first date there. Okay, then I'm going to format it something very small. So I'll turn off the category level. Okay, then I reduce it. Okay. So this is the first date. Okay, then I'm going to okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'll change this to another visual called the multi-row card. Where is it? Multi-row card, multi-row. Okay, this one here. Okay, then I'm just gonna add another one, which is the last date now. Last date. Okay, so we have it, right? So let's just keep this the color we have been using. I'll make it a little bit bold. Alright, so you can see that this started from first is it 1st of March 2016 up to December 30, 2019. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Alright, so I'm going to add here. Now, just to show that our analysis here is between this date. Okay, you can see what we have right there. Okay, good. Now let's go ahead and add our slicers. Okay, I'm going to add a slicer for the product category. So just come here, select slicer. Okay, add. Do I have okay? I know I've created to this. Okay, so let me save this, please. Okay, I'm gonna come here, add data. I want to add the product category. Okay, category, and then I'm going to use the drop down. Okay, this is not bad. Just try to properly resize it to fit in here. Okay, and then let's format this. If you format this, then it becomes easier to use. So I'll turn off the background. Okay, no, the background for the I'm trying to look for the turn off the background of the slicer. Okay, now you can see that the values are not there, they are dark. All right, so come here to the settings, the values now, because if you bring it, so you have here. So I'm going to make the values white. Font color I'm going to make white. The background dark. Let's see. So you have now. All right, and then for the slicer header now, let's turn the text to white so it can be seen. Probably make it bold so you can see what you have here, right? So you can always select the category from here and you see that. Okay, so I'm going to also add, so I'll just change this to this product subcategory. Okay, so you can always select the subcategory and you filter. Okay, Control C and paste. Now this one is going to be for the customer segment. Okay, the customer segment. So I'm going to add this on the customer data and the customer segment. Okay, and see what I have here. After segment, I'm going to add the ship mode. Let's come here to the order table, ship mode. Okay, and then lastly, I want to have a slicer for the region. So we can come here, ship mode, customer data and add the customer region. Good. So our dashboard is ready, and you can see what we have here. Just one page, but speaks a lot and holds a lot of information. Sales analysis. Okay, now you look at what I have here. We have in-page navigations. Okay, we have the buttons. Okay, I hope you learned all of that. All right, so in case you have any question about all of these, make sure you drop it in the comment section. Okay, and I believe you have learned one or two things from this particular project. Kindly subscribe to the channel and then give the video a thumbs up to support the channel, right? And what else do we need to do? I think everything is good, and you can always see that you can always use your sliders and see what you have done. All right, so guys, if you have watched up to this point, you are so amazing, and it shows that you're actually ready to learn. Okay, and if you want to watch again, make sure you practice along using the file that was provided. Okay, all right, so like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then drop a comment. If you have any question, then drop a comment and let us know what you feel about this. All right guys, see you guys in the next project.